Hey guys, this video is going to be a little different than the other ones. It's not going to be as scripted, so let's see how it goes. Alright, so Netflix just released a new horror comedy from director Eli Craig. He also directed Tucker and Dale vs. Evil. That film holds a special place in my heart. It's up there with my favorite horror comedies of all time. We got Evil Dead 2, Shaun of the Dead, along with The Cabin in the Woods. So I was really excited to see what he was going to do with this one, even though it's not what most of us really have been waiting for, which is a Tucker and Dale vs. Evil sequel. So this film stars Adam Scott, you know, Ben Wyatt from Parks and Rec, and then it also has Evangeline Lilly, who played Kate in Lost. I couldn't help but laugh because those two actors, to me, will just always be those characters. So Adam Scott plays a guy named Gary, who's a stepfather married to Evangeline Lilly's character, Samantha. And what this film's really about is how her son is kind of freaky and possibly satanic and evil incarnate. He's only about 5 years old, but you look at this kid and you're just like, Played by Owen Atlas. His name is Lucas, and he's just, I don't know, really strange. He doesn't talk much, and he's just kind of creeping out Gary all the time. The real plot of the film is Gary trying to connect to Lucas and also find out if there's something larger at play here that he's gonna have to deal with later. Now, this film has a really great introduction. It kind of shows you a scene that's flash forward, and you get to see all these different parts that are just happening all at once. And we don't really know if that scene is going to be like the end of the movie or if it's actually just kind of somewhere in the middle. Now, this film isn't quite as good as Tucker and Dale vs. Evil, but it's definitely a nice effort from Eli Craig. Horror and comedy is a tricky genre to try to subvert, and he does a really good job of just kind of showing you moments where it's kind of freaky and scary with lots of really good eerie music, but then he cuts to this really funny kind of lighthearted, oh, I'm just a dad trying to have a good life with my son sort of music. You'll see what I mean. It kind of bounces from like happy-go-lucky to, oh god, this is really scary and what's gonna happen next. Now, what's really cool is there's also a really nice supporting cast. So Gary goes to group therapy to deal with all these issues he's had with his son, and we get to meet some of his co-workers and new coming friends. We get people like Donald Faison as Larry and Christy Elliott as Wayne, but I think who really steals every scene in this movie is his friend Al, played by Bridget Everett. I feel like I've seen her before or heard her voice somewhere, but this is the first time I can really put a face to a name, and she is excellent in this film. One of the running jokes is she's a step-parent as well, however she calls herself a stepdad, and it's kind of unclear whether she is actually fully believes she's like a man or she just feels like she's filling that role, but either way, the way they pull it off is hilarious. One thing I definitely wanted more of was Tyler Labine, who played Dale in Tucker and Dale vs. Evil. In this, he plays Carl, and he was the videographer for Ben's wedding. He's in about only one scene. We do hear his voice at some other point on the phone, but I really wanted to see more because he was a really fun character. There was also a little bit of a fun moment with Brad Williams, who plays a guy named Gozamel, and I was just hoping that we could get a little bit more from them. It's one of those perfect films if you just want to get a group of friends together and hang out and just watch it. One thing I really liked about this film was how it shifted and where it was going at some point. We got to see Lucas more, and this actor plays him really well. It's funny because they like to reference movies that have kind of little demon childs in them, like The Omen. They even kind of give away the ending, which was kind of annoying because I haven't seen it, but you know, oh well. With Lucas, his character is just kind of there. Most of the time, he doesn't say much, and he's just staring at the screen and smiling really creepily. I'm a little surprised by how this film's been received so far, but I guess it makes sense for horror comedies. It's got about like a 6.5, 6.2 on IMDb. I think it's a lot closer to like a 7. It's not as good as Tucker and Dale vs. Evil, but it is a really fun film. Little Evil cleverly balances its humor and scares, making for a fun addition to the horror comedy subgenre. And that's why this film is a Dyligent pick. So, did you guys know about this movie? Are you looking forward to checking it out? Let me know in the comments below. My name is Dylan, and if you love entertainment, subscribe to my channel while this video ends, and send me a thumbs up before you go. Thanks for watching, and stay diligent.